Hi there, plot 52. Ian in the greenhouse today. Plot's really wet, can't do a lot down there. Was going to think about planting the potatoes, but they're still chitting, they're not doing too bad. But today I thought I'll pot up my onions. We went to the garden centre yesterday and we've got Centurion and F1 variety. They're quite a decent onion. They're an early variety, so we thought we'd get them in early. We're going to do 50 of those. I like to actually put them into the compostable pots. So we just sort of line them all up ready. We've got 50 onions and a few shallots. There's my potatoes. They're not doing too bad. A bit slow. Not a lot's happened to them, to be honest. I don't quite know whether this in the greenhouse is the best way to do it. If you want to give me a comment, if you know about these things, let me know. So we'll just see how they go. Anyway, this morning we've got some compost. Now, I actually don't really want to go to the expense of buying seed compost. I mean, it's like £5 for sort of 20 litres, and you can buy 60 litres of Jack's Magic. Jack's Magic is a really good compost, does a little bit of everything. You can use it for seeding, and down the garden centre you can get 3 packs, 60 litres for 15 quid. Okay, so here we've got our pots ready. Now, I always like to put a little bit of compost in a little container. It's just easier to sort of do it. Just put a little bit in all of them. Sometimes I actually get the soil sieve and go through this compost, but I've done that with Jack's Magic before, and to be honest, it is pretty good. Better than your supermarket stuff. Always gets a good quality compost. It's not worth sort of buying it cheaper. Buy it in bulk down the garden centre. Much better every time. I bought some of the cheaper stuff before, and to be honest, you get so much rubbish inside the compost, you'd be surprised. It's just interesting to do it occasionally. Maybe we'll do that one day when we're not got much else to do, which probably never, because there's always something to do when you've got an allotment or a greenhouse or a garden, and then again just life in general. Now, this is one of my little ideas that I come up with. You pick it up, it's not really my idea. All ideas have been done before, so it's nothing original really. But when you see someone doing that, I just thought that's a really useful idea. So you just sort of a little bit of water in each one. Don't go too mad on them. So we're going to do these Centurions today. Okay, so you've got the actual rooted end, pointy end, which is, you want to see a little bit of growth. You just sort of pop those in there. Amazing how quickly they actually do start to grow once they get a bit of light, a bit of dampness. I normally like to wear my gloves, but can only find the right hand one today. Isn't that just typical? But there we go. Down to the Poundland to buy a new pair of gloves. Got some heavy duty gloves, but they're no good for doing jobs like this. Now, I've tried other varieties. We'll probably put some different varieties in. As I say, these are an early variety. Always do more than you need, you know. The beauty of growing your own, ones that don't work, just discard them. Not the end of the world. I mean, literally pay £2.99 for 50 of these onions, and you get the actual success, even if sort of a quarter of them sort of don't make it. We'll just have a little bit of extra compost, not a lot. Just a little bit. Just find you can leave these for about 2 weeks, maybe even a month, just depends how much sunshine we get. Warm up the greenhouse a little bit. I have got a heater, but not used that yet this year. keep those sort of going for a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pop that tray underneath there. Okay, tray. There's a few left, we may as well have those as well. So we've got 5 of these onions left. There we go. Now, the shallots. There's 10 of these. Big and more, I'm going to call these. French banana shallots. Excellent storer, pink flesh, plant in spring. $2.99. These are from Taylor's. These are the ones we bought from the Sanders Garden Centre yesterday, which I can recommend. It's a fantastic garden centre. It's a little bit of distance away from where I live, but still a good place to go. These shallots only just need to be started. You could probably put them straight in the ground, but then the pesky birds will come along and pinch them, and you'll be surprised once they know where they can come. They will be there in their droves. Can be a bit of a messy bugger from time to time, no doubt my other half will vouch for that. But outside in the garden, outside in the greenhouse, if you make a little bit of mess, not going to worry about that too much. So, okay, we're going to pop those down on the shelf below, because the next job this afternoon is we're going to pop some early peas in. Now, my early peas, I'm going to start in the greenhouse, and what we're going to do today is actually get some guttering. I really like the idea of using the guttering because they go straight in there. Okay, so we've got this rather useful tomato tray, which we're going to pop there and go and get some guttering. Okay, we've got the guttering up there. Didn't need the tomato tray in the end because this guttering is perfectly the right size. Now, I find guttering really useful. You can actually grow some strawberries in it. That's always good with the strawberries. Always useful to get a nice compost shovel. Put it in a little green caddy. Definitely the best to use. Now, not too much in here, just a nice little, fill it up nearly to the top. Okay, we've filled up all those gutterings. Just sort of pat it down a little bit, add a little bit of water. Anyway, the first ones we're doing today are Vivaldo pea. So February to June, excellent disease resistant. Now with these we're going to plant them 2 sort of inches apart really. So just put a few out there like that, and then we just sort of pop them in. So you just sort of pop them down, pop it in, pop down another one. We can see what I'm doing now. So sort of every couple of inches. Be too precise really. Just peas, they're not going to grow into sunflowers. Doesn't matter if you've got a couple close together. These guttings are really useful. Never throw anything like that away. You can always get a use for them. You can't beat the taste of a lovely fresh pea. So sweet. It's just so nice to open the pod and what you've got inside is just lovely. Okay, now we've got all those in there, so we'll just add a little bit more just on top. Like this. It's always a good idea just to sort of label what you've grown. Now, sometimes you can use the actual bag that the peas have come in, but as we've still got plenty left, we always like to make a little note of what we've got growing. So we've got Vivaldo, Vivaldi, Verdi, however you want to call it. So we'll just give those another dose of water. My trusty milk bottle. Job done. Right, well we'll crack on and do two more. I've got the next variety, which is Ambassador. Now these ones aren't quite so early. High yields on these. These ones can go in from March to June. We're talking about sort of cropping in 12 to 16 weeks for these. Now I think with these ones, with the Vivaldi ones, they crop in 10 weeks, so a little bit sort of quicker. Now there's 250 peas in this one, so we've got two more gutters, so we'll crack on and get that done. Okay, so got the other two gutterings done now. Just putting these Ambassadors in. So spacing them out sort of roughly 2 inches, 50 centimetres if that's what you prefer. Now you probably could put 2 rows in each one of these, but what I normally do is when whatever I'm planting, I'm actually going to put some of these peas actually just in the ground next to them in about another sort of 3 weeks when we sort of put these back out on the plot. So sort of cover those up a little bit. Now, the business part of watching my videos is that it's always nice to like them, and it's also nice to view them through to the conclusion. Viewing time's important in the channels, and so is subscribing. So if you subscribe and then you press the notification bell for everything, then you will get all my videos. Now, trying to put out a video once a week. I am not the best editor in the world. I do have a son who does media. He is actually doing my editing, so thank you, shout out to Jack. So the view of my tummy's bad enough, so you can see my ugly mug. And thank you for watching. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time.